Hey, what's going on, Taurus? Welcome to the second half of September. This is going to be the read for the second half of September 2018. And I'm interested to see how it's going to play out for you, Taurus. How was the first half of your September? Did you guys remember to set good intentions during the new moon that just passed? That was in Virgo. Well, I hope so, Taurus. So let's see, Taurus, what is going to be highlighted for you here. What do we have to look forward to? Some things to look coming forward for you during the second half of September of 2018. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Yeah, right there, Taurus. Thanks for being so patient with me, Taurus, while we get your cards out. Second half of September for Taurus. Okay. So, Taurus, we have the High Priestess here in reverse. So, Taurus, I feel like going through the second half of September with the High Priestess in reverse coming right out, I just feel like there are, like a lot of secrets that you are holding on to. You are just holding a lot of information about yourself just very, very close, or you may be holding a lot of information about a particular situation that you are going through. You may have a lot of knowledge to it. You may have been witness to a lot of that. There may have been like a confrontation or just something that has gone on in your environment that I do feel like that you are witness to, but I don't think that anybody knows it. For a lot of you, this just could indicate that, you know, there is information that you know that you just aren't really spilling. Or for a lot of you, this could indicate that there is information that you know, but there's not really a demand for anybody to want to get it from you, because maybe, you know, this is just information that you're holding on to yourself. For some of you, like I said, this could just indicate secrets that you would just rather nobody ever know about. And, you know, you're okay with that. And I feel like, you know, you may even go to extreme lengths to make sure that your secrets are guarded for some of you, Taurus. Okay, and I have here the Queen of Cups. So with the Queen of Cups here for a lot of you, Taurus, I feel like a lot of you could possibly be dealing with a Scorpio. If not, you are dealing with a water sign, which could be a Cancer or Pisces as well. Again, here with the Queen of Cups, I feel like she's somebody who's very guarded over her intentions and the way that she feels about situations, or the way she feels about a person. So Taurus, this could be your energy, or this could just be saying that there is somebody that is in your environment that definitely has a lot of feelings about you, Taurus, and they just may not be so expressive of that. With the Four of Swords here in reverse next to the High Priestess in reverse, Taurus, I just get more of a sense, like I said, that there's probably somebody that's in your environment that has, you know, a lot of things that they want to express towards you, and maybe they just don't know exactly how they can express either their sentiments or just whether they're good or bad. And they don't necessarily know exactly how you're going to take it. You know, if they don't, I feel like they may not know exactly how, if you're going to be calm about it, you know, if you're going to come from a position of like a logical thinking, like, okay, let's really just sit back, take a moment and think about this, or if you're not. So I feel like they just kind of hold on to it for some of you. For some of you that are dealing with somebody that you, like I said, you may not even know that's in your environment. For a lot of you, Taurus, I really also see here that it's you that's being very, very guarded. But at the same time, you know, it's almost like you're anxious, like you want the attention, you want somebody to realize it. Just maybe you want somebody to wake up and come to their senses and be like, you know what? oh, that's what Taurus was trying to say, or oh, this is what Taurus was alluding to, but never really, fully, put it out there like that. It could be that you are having a hard time with getting a particular person's attention as far as when it deals with what makes you emotionally tick. With the Six of Pentacles here in its upright position, I do feel that a lot of you Tauruses do feel a great sense of like financial stability despite everything. And so, this could also be a part of what you may be feeling, is that you feeling like, you want to seek more, like you want to seek more emotional fulfillment, but I feel like you're a little afraid to express that for some of you Taurus, because I feel like you don't necessarily want to like upset the status quo of things. So a lot of you just kind of like live in like maybe like your own pocket reality. Maybe even some of you even lie to yourself a little bit to make you, to give yourself like a sense of happiness, because you know that it's even though it's stable, you are feeling like, you could actually shake things up with the knowledge that you know. And for a lot of you, you're trying to discern if you should upset the status quo based off the things that you know, either on a particular situation. For a lot of you Taurus, you could be dealing with people in your lives that a particular person you have a secret about, and you know that if you, slip up and don't, keep that in, I feel like it could like, disrupt their home. For some of you Taurus, this could, for some of you Taurus, you could know, man, I'm sorry, but for some of you Taurus, I'm just going to say it right here, like you even can see that, like that there's somebody in your relationship that could be possibly like in a, like maybe they have two different families, like maybe they have, children with someone else, and they have children with you, and like maybe, their time, their energy, and their money, I see it like being divided between both homes. And, this person now, that they have to do that, I feel like this person in your life could be, just, they don't necessarily open up as much as they could, because, they have to divide their time. And it's like, as soon as they open up with one person, maybe, it's like they don't want to go through being vulnerable again, opening up with you. Or that could be you. You could be the person that, might be having, two situations going, Taurus. And if that's you, then I just urge you, you just have to really decide, how you're going to move forward with that, because, that's a pretty heavy situation. Yeah, and right here with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it's like I can even, like as I was saying, it's just going to be, or I was going to say, it's just hard to really balance. I mean, you are balancing it here with the Six of Pentacles. You see the scales right there, and you are balancing your resources. I feel like a lot of you Tauruses, like I said, are balancing resources either between two homes, or maybe you have two jobs. But I do see, like, I feel like a lot of you feel like it's getting almost kind of unstable, knowing that you have additional information on your plate that you have to hold back. It's starting to upset your emotions. It's starting to play with you juggling your emotions, I see, for a lot of you Taurus. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of you are just really contemplating on just giving up on the particular situation altogether, maybe in your relationship, or maybe somewhere like, just dealing with the people in your life in general. Like if it's not on a romantic level, maybe for some of you, this could be you dealing with, like just a really close, like platonic friend, maybe somebody that you've known for a really, really long time, and maybe certain information about them that that's going to upset the status quo of your friendship, and you're contemplating on whether either exposing the truth for what it is, or, do you just want to just give up on the friendship altogether? Or better yet, you want to, just say, okay, is exposing the truth worth my friendship, or is, keeping my friendship, and the secret, it's like, okay, it's like, what am I going to choose? If I tell this person this, this secret is going to upset them, it's going to, cause them to think of their stability in a different light, but at the same time, you don't want to be the person watching somebody else fail and knowing that you could say something about it that could potentially help them be better. Because then you feel like a terrible friend that way. And this could also be in the same way, Taurus, for you. You feel like, you're ready to give up in a particular situation, and you don't know exactly how you're going to move forward. There could be somebody in your environment that has information coming forward towards you here in September that could possibly lead you to think, of the current stable environment that you have and seeing it for really what it is, Taurus. And it could make you even feel like you want to give up either on that situation, or it may even feel like you want to be upset about the person in your life that's bringing you this information that they, that they really feel like they want, they feel like they owe you this because they're your friend, or they're, in your life and you guys are close, but at the same time, they don't want to disrupt you. Here with the Justice card being in this upright position, Taurus, I feel like this is really great energy, because this is telling me here that, everything will work itself out. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like for a lot of you, Taurus, like, this is probably information that came by you, or, secrets that may have come by you, rumors that I don't necessarily feel like you spread them, or you continued to spread them. I just feel like you just kind of held on to them because they were about somebody that you knew or somebody that you care about. And your struggle has been whether to tell them and disrupt their unstable environment, or hold on to it and then risk them being upset about it because, you knew something about their life, or something about, something they could have prevented. But I feel like in either route, justice will prevail here. Okay. I feel like if you are contemplating, telling somebody something that could potentially upset, the flow of what they have going on, or their home, or something like that, I feel like, by you letting them know, I feel like you feel you could be a great friend, and it relieves a lot of the stress and burdens from off of you. And I feel like your friend, or the person in your life, I feel like, they will definitely understand, and I feel like they will be fair in how they deal with you for bringing that situation to them. And also for the same way, for a lot of you, I feel like by holding on to that, I feel like this is Spirit saying that, they're still going to work it out, because, I just feel like for a lot of you, by just communication and explaining to this person, like, listen, I was, really, really struggling with, this. I feel like they also, again, will see it from that situation. I don't feel like they're that, immature enough to not know that this was a tough spot for you. Or even for you, Taurus, if this is you, I just feel like the people that are in your environment, I feel like you're going, you just try not to look at them as being, hurtful to your environment because they came and told you something that you didn't know, or something that you should have known, or because they didn't say something that you should have known. Just try to understand where other people are coming from, and that's what I see here for justice. Okay. And then with the Princess of Swords here coming out in reverse, this is basically just saying that, once, the universe has, the universe has corrected it like you hope, this is basically saying here to just keep in mind, Taurus, not to get caught up in, in the fact that you were able to, succeed, or in the endeavors that you put forth, or even with the people that are in your environment. It's just saying, I feel like this is just saying, just, keep an open mind, still, that that there are possibility, there are possibly some things that you still aren't aware of, Taurus. And it's okay to not know all of it, because like here with the Justice, that's still, all of those things will work out. So even if you do get to a place in the end of September or coming here through the second half of September, Taurus, and you're still just not completely sure, or, of how to move forward and what to do, it's still telling me here, I don't see it being a negative thing, because guess what? The point of that sword in the Princess of Swords is pointing directly to the Justice card, which is just reminding us the Spirit is going to work everything out for us. Everything is going to be corrected. Okay? And with that, talking about the Justice card, again, we get the Page of Swords here, with the Page of Swords in reverse, with the Princess of Swords in reverse. So again, that's just clarifying, from giving us more clarification here and re-edifying here, that to not worry too much about the things that you aren't able to see yet. And with the Queen of Pentacles being right here as the card that fell out as we were shuffling, this is basically just, I see this here as saying that, Spirit is going to usher in, not along with just justice, not only just justice in working out the situation, but you're also going to be even in a better position to have a little bit more resources. And so I think that's just really great. I feel like maybe somebody else or Spirit could be bringing somebody to your environment to help you out here as far as resources, and maybe putting things back together once the status quo has been disrupted. So that's really some really great energy for you, Taurus. As long as you can just keep a positive mindset about things and just understand that, sometimes secrets aren't necessarily, sometimes, how can I say it? Sometimes secrets are told to you without your control, or sometimes you can't control the things you know what I'm saying? I mean, or you can't control the things that people tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you just have to understand that, you can't be upset about people bringing you information or holding on to information because they, want to feel like maybe you feel like they're going to hurt your feelings, or they could have prevented your feelings from being hurt. Just try to understand where that person is coming from, or if you're the Taurus in this situation, try to understand how, that, the information that you have for other people, you need to, you can best discern when it's good to display that. So here, for added information, we did have the Wolf. Beware of who you trust. So with the Wolf, this is just telling us here that throughout the second part of September, Taurus, you will see, you will be able to be a little bit more cunning in your decision making. You'll be a little bit more wise as far as who you can trust and who not to trust. I feel like if you do have people coming to you with information about a particular topic that may be sensitive to you, or maybe something that they shouldn't know about that could involve a relationship, I feel like you need to just pay attention to who to trust. Pay attention to who you're getting your information from, Taurus. Okay, because not everything is true. Okay, so before you act, yes, take a moment to sit back and reflect on the information that was given to you, who it came from, how did they tell it to you, what was the vibe that you got from them when they were giving you this information. Because, a lot of times, people just want to tell you false information so that they can get a reaction out of you, or so that they can see, some people are just malicious and they want to see how they can upset you for their own personal fulfillment. But the ones that do that to you, Taurus, I feel like, they're going to get their comeuppance in the end. And I feel like, you're going to be able to see, I feel like this is you being able to see the elevation versus the de-escalation in the people who, talked ill about you or tried to hold you back. So, Taurus, this is really some really, energy. This is a really positive energy that we can turn here for the second half of September. Just, just be calm, be trustful, or be aware of who you trust in certain situations, and, just have a great rest of your September, Taurus. Thanks for watching.